Pull up a world map right now and color in every country that is absolutely obsessed with football. Most of Europe, all of South America, most of Africa, large parts of Asia. Now look at the gaps. The United States, India, Australia, New Zealand, Pakistan, Canada. Between them, those 6 countries alone contain over 2 billion people. And football, the most popular sport on earth, is not their national obsession. So what happened? Why did the map split the way it did? The answer starts in England, specifically 1863. The Football Association was formed in England in 1863, establishing the standardized rules that turned football from a chaotic local pastime into an organized sport. And then the British Empire did what it always did. It took something British and exported it everywhere. British expatriates, soldiers, and sailors spread the game to countries across the globe. The sport's simplicity was a key factor in its rapid adoption. All that was needed was a ball and an open space. That's why Brazil plays football. That's why Argentina plays football. That's why Nigeria plays football. British sailors, merchants, and workers arrived, kicked a ball around, and the locals picked it up. Within a generation, it was theirs. But here's where the map gets interesting. India was one of the most important British colonies of all. And yet today, cricket is king there, not football. Why? Football was brought to India by British soldiers in the mid-19th century and quickly caught on, especially in Bengal. In 1911, an Indian team called Mohun Bagan defeated an English regiment in a major competition, and newspapers across the continent reported it as proof that the empire was not unbeatable. So India had football fever, and then it lost it. The reason is cricket. The British Empire prioritized cricket as its prestige sport. It was seen as better suited to the colonies, a game that carried social status and colonial values. In India, cricket won that battle. Football never recovered. Then there's the United States. Britain barely colonized it. And by the time football arrived there as a mainstream export, America had already invented its own sports: baseball, American football, basketball, each with its own stadiums, leagues, and cultural roots. Football showed up too late to a party that had already started without it. But here's what makes this really strange. Some of the world's most football-mad nations weren't colonized by Britain at all. Brazil's football obsession came not from British soldiers, but from British railway workers who arrived in the late 1800s to build infrastructure. Football's popularity soared in Brazil as it spread rapidly from those early communities. Within decades, it wasn't just a sport, it was identity. And that reveals the real answer to the question. It was never really about the sport itself, it was about timing and who arrived first, and what filled the space that sport occupies in a country's identity. In many cases, winning fuels a culture around a sport. It gives people a reason to play it, watch it, and build their identity around it. If your country won something early, if the sport arrived at the right moment, if there was no rival sport already holding that space, football took root. If not, something else did. The World Cup 2026 is being hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. For 2 of those 3 countries, football is still fighting for that cultural space, still trying to arrive at a party already underway. But watch what happens when a country hosts a World Cup. Watch how quickly 80,000 Americans fill a stadium. Watch the flags, the noise, the fever. Maybe timing isn't everything after all. Maybe all a sport needs is the right moment.